Oh, man, the ongoing back and forth between Kevin Durant and Stephen A. Smith continues. This time around, it's about some comments that KD made via his Twitter account. It was Durant who said he believes people like Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharpe, and Skip Bayless are some of the reasons why the game of basketball has changed for the worse. Stephen A. Smith had time today, specifically on Friday, on his show First Take, to address Kevin Durant's comments in great detail. Stephen A. said this: "I'm going to be very respectful because I happen to love Kevin Durant. I think he's the best player on the planet when healthy, and I actually think he's a very good guy. A bit truculent with the attitude, always got attitude with somebody. It's just unnecessary sometimes, but I still got love for him. There's nothing he can really say to me that's going to make me attack him. I think he's a phenomenal basketball player, a future Hall of Famer, a champion, a two-time NBA Finals MVP. I'll always have love for him no matter what. The only reason I feel the need to address this comment is because where did it come from? When I reached out to KD, he didn't want to answer that question, and that's his prerogative. And what he and I exchanged between us is our business. But I will tell you this, all I said was that Michael Jordan was so phenomenal that people focused on marketing him and promoting the individual as opposed to the team, and that he didn't necessarily help the game of basketball to a certain degree. Because on many, many occasions, we've lamented the absence of team basketball. That's all I was trying to say, nothing more. I don't understand where it came from, but I will tell you this, fellas, y'all need to get over it. Because as I said yesterday on Twitter, and I'll say it again on national television, the Stephen A. Smiths of the world are not going anywhere. I'm here now, and there'll be hundreds, if not thousands, that will follow. These guys don't want to talk. They don't want to be accountable. And who the hell are we to tell them anything? So watch the game and shut the hell up and enjoy their greatness and make sure they get paid their money without giving them any commentary whatsoever. You want to control the damn narrative all the time. You're not doing it, though. You don't get to get rid of us. We're here, and we're going to be here. Get over it, because we're not going anywhere. I'm not talking about me specifically as an individual. I'm talking about the collective, the me's, the Kendrick Perkins, the Ryan Clarks, the Marcus Spears, the Dan Orlowskis, everybody else in between, and the 10 Laglers, JJ Redick, and all the other guys. We're not going anywhere. And the last point, I repeatedly said this to players because I've got many cats in the NBA, NFL, and beyond the world of professional sports that I'm very cool with. I've got them on speed dial. They got me on speed dial. We talk all the time. They know I'm not talking about them. But for those likes of the Kevin Durant or the Kyrie Irvings or somebody else that don't want to talk, please remember something. I get paid to talk about you. I don't get paid to talk to you. I don't ever have to speak to any of y'all again in my life, and I still get to do my job. Look at what I see and comment about it. That's what I get to do. Remember, when in reality you actually do, because what you've had projects you wanted to push forward, you've called me to participate. It wasn't the other way around. I'm going to leave it at that. I want to stay right there with Stephen A. said about having projects that Kevin Durant has called him about. That is a very important piece of the puzzle. Kevin Durant has used Stephen A. Smith for one of his projects, the Boardroom. That was like in the last couple years. And it was a good piece. I watched it, if I remember correctly. It's very tough to take KD's words serious when the guy that he believes has changed the game of basketball for the worse is somebody that he's used for one of his pieces, right? So it ain't all hate. There's got to be a little respect from Kevin Durant's side to Stephen A. Smith, which I do believe KD respects Stephen A. I just think sometimes Kevin Durant and Aaron Rodgers, they just speak half-heartedly. And I believe their opinions and perspectives change by the minute. And I said this in a previous video. I'll say it again. Oftentimes, I say dumb stuff that sounds smart to myself. You want to know who checks me before you ever hear it? I'm married now. I got a wife. Right? A lot of times, things that I believe are smart in my head, my wife, then my fiance will debunk in like 10 seconds. And I'll be like, man, that really sounded smart to me like a few seconds ago, and now it sounds like one of the dumbest things on earth. So when I hear Stephen A. Smith say, yo, bro, KD, we're not going anywhere. I know who he's speaking about. I used to work with Stephen A. Smith as an intern. Stephen A. Smith did a great job of looking out for young black brothers. He would literally walk up to young black men in that building at ESPN in Bristol, Connecticut, and say, yo, how they treating you? They treating you all right? You good? You good? Let me know if they ain't treating you the right. I'm telling y'all something I know. All right, not in heard or rumors or nothing. I'm telling you something that I lived. All right, Stephen A. Smith would walk up to young black men like me as an intern. I didn't have a voice. I was gonna do whatever them people told me to do. I was trying to make a name for myself as an intern. I was 21. That man would walk up to me and say, "Yo, you good? Yo, how they treating you around here? You all right? You let me know. You let me know if you don't feel like you treated right around here." He would do that for me. So I got a special love for that brother. And he didn't know he used to call me, I think Antoine Alfonso. He didn't even get my name right. You know what I mean? He knew my name like 1 or 2 times. Other than that, he would just say whatever came to me. Antonio, whatever came to me. And when he called me Antonio, I was Antonio. When he called me Antoine, I was Antoine. I went through the ranks for real, man, to get a voice and a stake in this platform. When I hear Stephen A. speaking on, there are a lot of other people with voices coming down the pipelines. I know who he's speaking about. Brothers like me. There are a couple other gentlemen on YouTube. I wish I knew their names, but they got millions of followers on this bad boy. And a couple of them talk basketball, and they do a good job of it. A couple of them really do. And he's talking about those gentlemen coming down the pipeline, the women out there that are doing their things, that are starting to get a voice. I love what Candace Parker's doing. She's taking over the game. She's becoming a big deal on a national level. Like, you're not going to stop people from talking about this game that we love. If you don't want us to love it anymore, then people will start to leave it. If they leave it, the next Kevin Durant won't be able to make $400 million. Kevin Durant's going to be a billionaire. We just saw LeBron James become a billionaire while playing. For those who don't know, Kevin Durant's got his business acumen together. Him and his business partner, Rich Kleiman, they doing some things behind the scenes. KD will likely be a billionaire as an active player as well. Durant has done it. The next Durant got to do it. One of the ways you do it is by being a part of a profitable entity, which is the NBA, a lucrative entity, which it is right now. One of the ways that happens is by interest. All the interest ain't just because Kevin Durant can knock down 8 threes in a basketball game, average 28 points. Not all, some of that interest is because people wake up every day of their lives to listen to Stephen A. Smith in First Take, to listen to Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless on Undisputed, to listen to their favorite local and national television and radio hosts, podcast hosts all around this country and the world talk about sports, specifically the NBA. And if Kevin Durant can't see the value in that, how it's a two-way street, I'm not saying that media personalities are at the head of the two-way street. Give the most credit to these phenomenal athletes. Give them that. But to act like media personalities get no credit, entertaining, and talking about this thing called sports that we love, to give them no credit, to give us no credit, I think that's ridiculous. And I think it just tells you how much money these guys are making. They don't want to play 82 games. They want to make the most money that anybody's ever made. And they want to complain about people talking about the game that they're playing. Like, that's what they want. They want all of that. That sounds like privilege to me. And it sucks because I know where Kevin Durant come from. He from nothing for real. I know some people around KD. Don't know KD, never met the brother. I know some people around KD. He come from humble backgrounds for real. To see him act like he can't live in a world where Stephen A. Smith or Shannon Sharp voices their opinion about him a few times a week, which I believe they need to do a better job of spacing these topics out and finding different things to talk about and not being so LeBron or Brooklyn Nets or Golden State Warriors heavy when they're not relevant. I give y'all that. But nonetheless, it's just words. You've made a lot of money off of things like words, off of those words translating into people wanting to see you, buy your jersey, watch you play. And again, it's a two-way street that Kevin Durant has to understand. Guys like Stephen A. are a part of. And like Stephen A. say, there's a lot more coming down the pipeline. Listen, y'all, I'm going to make a lot of money at what I do in my lifetime. I'm just telling y'all now, I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm only 28. Yeah, the OG Stephen A., he's in his 50s if I'm not mistaken. I'm 28, and I'm just getting started. You ought to see where I'm about to take this thing. I'm going to cover this game fairly and be fair to guys, legends like Kevin Durant. But you ain't going to hush me up. When it's time to be critical, we're going to be critical. When it's time to celebrate your talents, we're going to celebrate.